Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's opening video, we're talking about
Wait, what? This is my channel, and we're talking about Endgame Fundamentals Part 1.
well, okay then.
So, in today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the two rook mate, also known as the rook roller mate, and the queen checkmate. So, Dharun, you
Or
want? Yep.
also known as the lawnmower, even though nobody mows their lawn that way.
Yep. It would be kind of cool if you mowed your lawn with two rooks, though.
Alright, back to chess finish.
Okay, so let's load the position. So, how to checkmate with the two rooks is to first cut off the king from one side of the board, drive the king to the edge of the board, and checkmate.
Yes,
So,
we have to get the king. We have to limit the space where the king can go, and we're basically trapping the king in a little box.
yes. So, first we play rook to d4 check, and what happens is the king can't run to this side of the board because the rook is cutting the king off. The king can never use this file.
Yep.
And now the king can't use this file either since this rook is occupying it. So the king has to go over here. And now what we do is we do something called a waiting move. And a waiting move has to be done with the king. You have to bring the king closer as well. So we can play something like king to e6. And now the king has to move again. He can't escape through here either since the rook is cutting off the king. So the king moves up. And
now we can roll the rook again.
Yep, that's why it's called the rook roller mate. It's kind of like we're rolling the rooks down the board. Also called the ladder mate. Imagine this was like kind of a ladder, and the rook.
Sideways ladder.
Yeah. Nobody climbs the ladder sideways, but So when the rook checks over here and the king moves,
Another waiting move.
Yep. Or sorry, kings don't move like that. The king can't use the c file anymore. But now the rook is under attack. So what do? We can't move this rook over here, and we can't move. Well, we can move this rook, but to make it.
Then you're just gonna lose the rook.
Yeah. So what we do is we defend the rook with the king by bringing it closer. So king to d6.
So you guys might notice a pattern here: rook, and then king, rook.
Yep, rook, king, and we alternate rooks as well.
Yep.
So the king cannot use these three squares. He has to go up.
And now we check.
Check, yep. And king moves. King c6. And now the finishing blow. There's only one move. King to a7.
Rook a5. Checkmate.
Checkmate. And this is checkmate because the king can't hide over here, and he can't hide over here either since the rook controls those squares. So that's why this is called the rook roller mate. You're rolling your rooks down the board, delivering checkmate. So now on to the other checkmate, which we're going to do.
This is the queen and king versus king checkmate. So your goal here is to basically maintain like a knight. Okay, so you have to like keep the queen a knight's distance away from your opponent's king in order to push the king to the edge and win.
Yes. So how we do this is, so in this position we can play something like queen to e4, and as you can see, the queen is a knight's jump away from the king. So let's say the king moves to b3. Again, we maintain that knight's distance away from the king. King c2,
and then
queen to e3.
So the king, if you notice in that move, the king came into knight's distance, but we want to maintain it like this way.
We have to force knight's distance on our move.
Yeah.
So king to b2, queen to d3.
You have to be careful not to stalemate.
Because stalemate and it would be a draw. It's not good to draw when you're up a queen.
I remember in one of my first chess tournaments when I did that. Yep.
Okay, so now we're approaching time limit, so we gotta go fast. So queen e1, king b1, queen d1. And here we have to make sure not to approach knight's distance, since that would be stalemate. So we bring the king in.
King. Yep.
King, and checkmate. So yes, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.
Peace.